dip it. You can dip or whatever.
Oh, she's like, but my eyes.
It's only ice. It's more important.
Oh, cute.
She's so cute. She doesn't even want it. She just wants to crunch on her ice. I'm good, thank you. No shrimp for me.
Look at that cutie.
Hi everybody, welcome. Hello, hello. OMG, hello, hello everybody. Thanks so much for being early birds this afternoon. Right now you are watching Chloe, the Southern Sea Otter at the Aquarium of the Pacific. Enjoy a little snack before we start our holiday treat session. Welcome everybody. If you could do me a big favor, yay. If you could do me a big favor and share this live with your family and friends. That way we get a lot of people in here and we can get started. Chloe is adorable. It looks like she found a delicious shrimp. It's gonna be a really fun live stream today. We just wrapped up our holiday treats for the Animals Festival this weekend here at the Aquarium Pacific, but we extended it a little bit longer for you, TikTok, of course, because you're our favorite. Welcome everybody. Let me know where you're watching from today. Please let us know in the comments where you're watching from. Try and shout out as many as we can. Oh, the first treat has dropped. If you're just joining us, welcome. We're live at the Aquarium of the Pacific here in Long Beach, California. And today we are hanging out with the Sea Otters and watching them enjoy fun holiday treats today. All right, everybody. Hi in Hawaii, hi in Sacramento. Hello in Nevada, Reno, Tahoe area. Hello in Arizona. Hello in Long Beach, where we're from. Hello to our locals. Hello in the UK. Thank you so much for watching us internationally. That's amazing. Wisconsin, Kansas, England, Kentucky, London. Oh, this is incredible. Thank you, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Florida, Australia, Illinois, Houston, Tucson, Arizona, Massachusetts. Otters are near. Actually, here comes one now. Welcome, everybody. We're here live at the Aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach, California. And today our Sea Otters are enjoying special holiday treats. And we thought you maybe would want to watch that. I don't know. Let me get some otter emojis in the chat if you want to see adorable otters enjoying adorable treats. I know it's a really hard question. And look, she already has one stuck to her side. That is so cute. Oh my goodness. Everyone, this is Millie, right, Sarah?
This is Millie.
This is Millie, the Southern Sea Otter, enjoying some holiday treats. And we're going to learn all about sea otters today thanks to mammalogist Sarah. Do you want to say hi, Sarah?
Hi.
Hello. Oh, it's way too zoomed in.
Oh,
there
God,
we go. No.
yeah.
It was just your hand. Hi, Sarah. Everybody say hi to Sarah. Getting lots of otter emojis in the comments, which makes me think that you want to learn more about sea otters today, which we can definitely help you out with. All right, Sarah, let's get started. So first of all, can you tell us about these two lovely ladies that are on our screen here on TikTok Live?
Can we just talk about how Millie has a treat stuck to her?
This is
so unbothered.
No, this is the life. This is ideal right now. Oh, look at them just chomping down. Oh my goodness. Okay, Sarah, who do we have today?
We have Millie. She's in the back. She's the one that has the
this is Miss Millie.
treat stuck to her side. She's not bleeding. That is one of our treats. It's just sticking to her.
Let's see. It looks like a Christmas tree shape, maybe.
Or it's a piece of candy.
Or it's a piece of candy, a candy shape. That's adorable. That's just
too
cute.
In your bed, right?
Yep, that's what she's doing.
So she's in the back munching on food. She is 5, soon to be 6 years old. And then in the front is Chloe. Chloe is 8, almost 9 years old. Or she might have just turned 8, actually. November is her birthday, I believe. So she just turned 8. So they're only a few years apart. They are full grown. A lot of times people think because they're 5 and 8 years old that they're still pups. They are not. Pups are what you call baby otters. They are not. They are full grown. They get sexually, or they hit their sexual maturity around 3 or 4 years old. So they are full grown. You can see what Millie's doing right now is one of my favorite things that our otters do, is they stuff things in their pocket. They are not marsupials. They don't have pockets where they can put their pups or things like that, but they actually use under their armpit. So you can see she's dropping some things on the way. What they use under their armpit is used as a pocket for them to hold treats, food items, other things like that. And so Millie just took a bunch into her pocket and then brought it to the water, her favorite place to eat it.
That was adorable.
So
Everyone,
she stole a bunch from Chloe. I'm gonna toss a little more out.
Chloe can have a little bit more. That, it was so cute. So did everyone know that? Did everyone know that otters have armpit pockets so they can store hairy armpit pockets where they can store extra snacks, food? What else would they store in there, Sarah? Would they store any tools or just kind of more for food?
Yeah, so they can store tools. They're one of the only non-primates that use tools. Oh, you're gonna come over here and take some treats?
She's like, I can get closer for TikTok.
They can store things like shells or rocks in their pocket and use that to open their hard food items. So they actually use tools. They'll bang the rock and the shell together on their chest or on another object to help break it apart so they can eat it.
That's amazing.
She finished all of that already?
I think she did. I think she did.
How was she back? Where did you put it all, girlfriend?
She says, none of your business.
Don't shame me. It's my
None of your business. This is amazing. Okay, Sarah, so what are they eating today? What are we giving them?
So we are giving them a variety of food, and I need to preface this. We use red food coloring. I need to start wearing gloves because the red is getting all over my hands. We give them clam and shrimp smoothie. So we
Look at the little snowman.
Snowman, a little
candy.
A gingerbread
Oh
man.
my goodness, that's adorable.
None of it is to size because that is a massive candy compared to gingerbread.
That is too cute. And obviously our otters don't know the difference. This is kind of fun for us to give them these special treats, but they do know that they are getting a special treat because what's it made out of?
It is made out of their favorite food. So just like I said, clam, blended up with a little bit of water and then frozen, and then we use non-toxic food coloring.
Amazing.
And one question that I'm sure we're gonna get at some point is, do they fart? Do they poop? Yes, it's always fun when you give them food coloring. The different poop colors that you get out of it. In the morning, we have to tell the other coworkers, like, hey, remember they ate treats yesterday. Nothing's wrong with them.
Nothing's wrong. Their poop is blue,
Their
but
poop
that's
is blue,
okay.
It's fine. We don't need to tell the vet.
That's so funny. That's just part of their daily animal care. So you're constantly checking, keeping an eye on, you know, what's coming out, what's going in,
exactly.
anything strange going on with our sea otters. Our team is always on it. And these adorable cupcakes. Oh my gosh.
Look at her sitting.
Yes, I would like
one
that.
of your French girls.
Look at that. She's so
Ready?
sweet.
I'm gonna toss it on people.
Oh my goodness.
She did not catch.
That is so cool. Okay, great questions coming in. Let's get to a couple of them. Do sea otters like ice? You see that we have some delicious little pebble ice here in the exhibit for them. Do otters like ice? Do they live in ice?
They do not live in ice. At least southern sea otters do. Northern do encounter ice. I think it's something that we've taught them to like. So I don't know that they inherently like it. But we have given them it as enrichment, just like these food items are enrichment. It's a form of something for them to forage on, something for them to groom on. And so we talk about grooming. They have the thickest fur of any marine mammal, or any mammal. So every square inch is 1 million hair follicles. So they have super, super thick fur. And what this ice does is that actually we train them to kind of use it to help them get the salt water out of their fur so it can stay nice and well groomed. So they actually really, really like being in this ice, and they really like eating it. But no, they would not encounter it in the wild. But to be honest, they would not really even spend this much time on land in the wild. Most of the time they spend their time in the water. A little bit of a tongue twister there. Mm-hmm. They spend their time in the water. So they don't really ever come on land. The reason they come on land here is because we actually train them to come up so that we can feed them, do healthcare behaviors with them, different things like that. So they get a lot more on land time here than they would out in their natural habitat.
Amazing.
Which kind of leads us to, why do we have them?
Yeah, great question.
Well, they're all stranded or rescued sea otters. So none of our sea otters were taken from the wild or anything like that. They're actually deemed non-releasable. So they basically weren't surviving on their own, and they were taken in, nursed back to health, and then they were deemed non-releasable because they didn't have the survival skills to make it on their own. But even though they didn't have the survival skills, they can live out their life here at the aquarium. And so that's why we train them to do behaviors. Since they're gonna be living with us their whole life, we wanna make sure that we can take care of them. Oh, I'm sorry. This is Chloe here. So we can actually train them to do behaviors such as open their mouth, so we can look at their teeth or even brush their teeth. We can train them to get eye drops. So let's see if she can open her mouth first. Can you open? Sometimes she doesn't do it through the glass. Here, let me have her stand up and see.
Let's check this out, TikTok. Oh my gosh, this is so much fun. Let's get some otter emojis in the chat if you are enjoying this. And please drop your questions in. We'll try to get to as many as we can. We are excited about treats today. Look at those chompers. What a good girl. Let's give a round of applause to Chloe, the Southern Sea Otter here at the Aquarium of the Pacific today. So if you're just joining us, welcome. We are the Aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach, California. We are open to the public. You can come see these animals in person, and you can learn even more about them here on TikTok or on your next visit. My moderator let me know that someone was asking their zodiac signs, which I think I can do. So when's Chloe's birthday?
Wait, I have it on my phone.
Sorry, guys. Millie's an Aquarius, I believe.
I believe so.
She's January. Yeah. I think she's late January. So Millie's an Aquarius, and Chloe's an Otter for sure. But
Chloe's November 2012. So she's turned 9 years old.
I think Chloe's a Libra.
My bad, Mama.
That's okay.
Not her mom, but...
So we got that for sure. You asked the right people for that question.
Yes, Amelia, I believe, is January.
Very cool.
What does their sign tell us about Chloe?
That she's adorable and she's perfect, and so is Millie. Utterly adorable and very possum. Very cute. You guys, this is so much fun already. We're going to learn so much about sea otters today. Thank you so much to the 3 donors who have already raised $35 for our nonprofit aquarium. We are a nonprofit aquarium with a focus on conservation and education. And supporting us here on TikTok is an incredible way to help out our nonprofit. I just got called out. Maybe she's not a Libra.
Oh wow, Madeline.
I know, I need to get on it. I need to get on this. But yes, we are a nonprofit aquarium, so donating here on TikTok is a great way to support us and the animals that live here, including the sea otters, who are all rescues. All of our sea otters are non-releasable rescues, and we're so lucky to provide a home for them here at the aquarium, but it is expensive to do so. Does anyone know how much it costs to take care of 1 otter a month here at the Aquarium of the Pacific? Anyone guess in the comments? How much you think that it costs for us to take care of 1 southern sea otter for 1 month? Does anyone know? Oh, I saw $3,600, $10, $5,000, $1.
$1. We would have 40 of them then.
Yeah, right? All right, you guys. It costs $2,000 a month per otter, and we have 3 southern sea otters here at the Aquarium of the Pacific. So it's definitely our most expensive animal to feed because they get restaurant quality, sustainable seafood every single day, and they get quite a bit of it, right, Sarah? How much do these guys eat in one day?
They eat a lot. They eat about 25% of their body weight. So if they weigh 40 pounds, they're getting around like 6 pounds of food every single day.
That's a lot of food. That would be hard to eat as a human, I think.
I was just thinking about that. $6,000 a month on food. Can you imagine?
Oh.
I would eat out every night.
You'd be eating good, definitely.
Well, every night.
Definitely. Oh my gosh, this is so much fun. All right, let's get back to it. These sea otters are here at the Aquarium of the Pacific, here in Long Beach, California. You can come visit them in person, and we're going to answer as many questions as we can about them today. But I know a lot of questions are wondering, what are we feeding them today? They're having these delicious, brightly colored treats. Sarah, what do you have here?
We have some non-toxic food coloring that we use to paint some gingerbread, some trees. Sorry, not paint them. We mix it in a smoothie, and it is food coloring. So it is a clam and shrimp smoothie with just water that we then freeze. And they like eating them a lot. It's just their food items frozen a little bit colder. And then we also feed them some of their diet as well. So you'll see me tossing intermittent some of their solid food, which is shrimp, clam, and squid. So here's some of their shrimp. My hands are just dirty from the treats. The treats, nothing else.
Are your hands frozen after touching so much frozen treats?
Sometimes when we do otter food prep, so when we do their food preparations every day, so we actually look through every food item that we give them and make sure it's restaurant quality. They do get very cold, and I tend to wear gloves for that.
Definitely. Great question coming in. Can you pet a sea otter?
We call it tactile with them. We do tactile, so we do touch them so that we make sure that they have good fur quality. So you can see their fur, if you look at it, it's separating from them being on deck. That's perfect. We want it to be like that. That means they're taking care of their fur and grooming it very well, because their skin never actually gets wet when they groom it very well. It means that they're doing a good job of taking care of it. So we do want to touch their fur so that we can make sure that it's nice and healthy. We also touch their fur if we're, for example, training them to do stethoscope to take a look at their heart rate and things like that. But right now we are actually not touching them because otters can get COVID. And so we have special protocols in place because they are endangered animals and because they are susceptible to COVID. But we are not touching them right now currently. So everything we do is a little bit more hands-off at the moment.
Very cool. You guys, I stand corrected. Millie is a Capricorn and Chloe is a Scorpio.
Wow,
so
you were really off.
I was really off today. You know what? You made me nervous, TikTok.
We made you nervous.
I know. But now we know the answer to that mystery. Thank you so much to my moderator for figuring that out. Great questions coming in. Let's see. Where do they sleep at night?
Yeah, so they kind of, if you follow us on TikTok at all, you'll see where Chloe sleeps.
Yes.
She sleeps with her mouth open in the middle. They do take naps in the water. They float. They're pretty buoyant, so they can kind of float. They'll float under our rocky areas in the corners of our exhibits. But at night when they go to bed, they basically haul out or come up on deck and kind of sleep all over. So Chloe tends to hang out kind of by the door here. Millie tends to sleep in that middle rock area on deck. But they wake up throughout the night to go to the bathroom in the water, to groom a little bit. So kind of all different places.
What about a midnight snack? We know that our otters eat a lot of food. Do we have to feed them in the middle of the night?
So they put under human care since they're not swimming as much or using quite as much energy as foraging for their own food. They probably don't necessarily need it at night, but we do actually give them midnight snacks. So we actually give them these Nalgene tubes, which are basically these circular tubes where we freeze some of their food in there. So it's a little treat. And we do give them to them twice a night. So at around 10 p.m. and around 2 a.m. we have staff here around the clock. So they will get those little night treats that they can eat.
Yeah, so someone asked if they can have a sea otter as a pet. So this is an animal you have to take care of all day long, again at 10 and 2 a.m. And then that's not all of it. What's the difficulties of having a sea otter as a pet if you were legally allowed to have one?
You were legally allowed to. Well, also they can be pretty aggressive. They're related to badgers and weasels, so they can be fairly aggressive. They also eat 25% of their body weight, so you're talking about $2,000 a month in just food. So they're very expensive. Also, think if they eat that much, how fast their metabolism is. They're going to the bathroom a lot, so you have a lot to clean up.
TikTok always wants to know, does it poop? Does it fart? Yes, absolutely. And this one does a lot. It's part of the job, right, Sarah?
It is part of the job. Most of our job is cleaning up after these guys, actually.
Yeah, they're very cute though, so it makes it worth it. This is amazing. So let's learn more about their health care here at the aquarium. What kind of health care do they receive every single day or monthly or yearly?
Monthly or yearly, yeah, for sure. Wait, let me get Chloe one really quick.
You got it. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. This has been so much fun.
Yes.
Stay tuned. We're going to learn even more about sea otters. And thank you to the 12 donors who have raised over $150 for our nonprofit aquarium.
The pocket.
There it goes. Big treat in the pocket.
Big treat in the pocket.
Let's see. We're inside. Oh, hi. One pop up. Hello. We're inside of the sea otter habitat here at the Aquarium of the Pacific, and we are hanging out behind a door while our sea otters enjoy their snacks. We're not getting really close to the sea otters right now, right, Sarah?
That is correct. Because of our COVID protocol, we are not getting super close to them right now. We just want to stay our distance and make sure that they're nice and safe. So we're actually wearing N95s in with them as well. And then you also might have heard me talk about being able to touch our animals. Normally our trainers are hands-on, but right now we're a little bit less hands-on. Just to make sure they're nice and safe since they are an endangered species.
Definitely. All right, let's talk about the sea otters we have here at the aquarium. Their names are Millie and Chloe.
Yes, and that is Millie using her tools on her chest right there.
What a good girl. Yeah. And we also have a sea otter named Betty, who's currently behind the scenes.
Yes.
Wow, Millie's doing a great job. But we only have female sea otters, correct?
Correct. We previously have had males. We actually had one of the oldest male southern sea otters under human care. He unfortunately passed away at 22 years old, which is very old. Sea otters tend to only live into their teens. But right now we only have females. And one of the reasons is we're starting to help out with the Monterey Bay Aquarium Sea Otter Surrogacy program. So basically what that is otters strand every year, and to be able to be released, they need to learn survival skills. And they learn these skills from a female sea otter, not from a male. Males don't really do much other than breed with the female, and then they kind of don't have any other part with the pup. So right now we only have females because we want to be able to be a part of the surrogacy program and have our females be able to be surrogate mothers. So right now the need for a male here isn't quite as important, and we need lots of females to be able to help out with this program as well.
Millie is sizing up my phone. She wants to take it.
Like
she wants to just do a selfie and stream herself on TikTok. She's like, I got this. I can do a better job. I could be a better host. It's okay, Millie. You might be able to. My name is Madeline. I am behind the camera, joined with mammalogist Sarah today. Hi, Sarah. We're hanging out with our southern sea otters. This one is Millie, and we also have Chloe hanging out with us too. So what are the differences between a male and a female sea otter?
For sure. So females tend to be a little bit smaller. Millie's pretty large for a female sea otter. She's one of our bigger sea otters.
She's
in length as well. She's very long. Mm-hmm. So she's around 23 kilos, which is roughly like almost 50 pounds. Females tend to be between like 40 and 60, and males a little bit bigger than that. And that's southern sea otters. Northern sea otters are almost identical, just a little bit bigger than them. They're more than 65 to like 80 pounds.
Great question came in. Who has the best or worst attitude?
Ooh.
Or maybe the most attitude. Let's not even say best or worst. Who has the most attitude?
Millie probably has the most attitude.
She's definitely the more dominant.
Yeah, she's the more dominant, the most attitude. One of our trainers was training her how to do a retrieval, so how to dive down, grab a toy off the bottom and bring it back. And she could do this, and our otters are pretty strong, but instead of just handing us the toy, she would chuck it at us.
Take it.
Yeah, so for a while we were dodging toys when she was learning that. So that was nice and fun. But she's really strong, really good at doing that behavior. She just thought that she had to chuck the toy at us, which not always great for your face or for your hands. So she's definitely a little bit more...
Someone called her a girl boss. I agree.
She is a girl boss. But she also is like kind of a sweetheart, it seems like, too. Like, she's just really very good at her behavior. She's very, very like precise, I would say. Whereas Chloe is more lackadaisical, I would say. Chloe stares into space. We have we have skylights above our exhibit where we get some natural light. You can find her sometimes just like staring up, kind of zoning out. So she kind of spaces out during your training sessions, not in like a aggressive way, and more of like I forgot what I was doing.
Dreamy way. Dreamy. So what do you think, TikTok? Are you more Millie or are you more Chloe? Let us know in the comments.
And does that line up with their horoscopes?
Yes.
Do we know?
We're doing a full evaluation today on the Aquarium's TikTok Live. Welcome, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. We have raised over $200.
That's awesome.
To our nonprofit
That's so
aquarium. Thank you so much for your support here on TikTok Live. TikTok, you always show up for us every single week. We are live every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Pacific, and we feature a new animal every single week, or a different animal, not necessarily a new animal every single week. But we're live with our sea otters, we're live with our sea lions, our octopus, our sea jollies, and more. So make sure you're following the aquarium here on TikTok. And if you can do me a huge favor, you can share this live with your friends and your family, so that way they can join us. Thank you so much for being here. We're not done yet. Don't worry. We have a lot more questions to get to.
Which gender is bigger?
Yeah, great question. Which sex is which sex is larger, the male or female?
The males are usually larger. Yeah, so in this species, males are a lot larger.
Ooh, this is a great question that's happening right now on screen. How do they get along? What's their dynamic like inside the exhibit?
It really changes. So sometimes they get along, sometimes they can fight over food a little bit more. It kind of depends. Millie right now seems to be leaning more towards her whole food, whereas Chloe seems to be leaning more towards the treats. So it really just depends. The dynamic shifts when you add another animal to the exhibit too. So if Betty were here, that would change sometimes. It can also change if an animal's in estrus. So if they're kind of in that like breeding period, they can also personality-wise change. Millie's definitely the more dominant than Chloe. Chloe is a little bit more like, okay, I'll just be a little bit more submissive. But yeah, it really kind of depends on the animal, what animals we have together, what's going on, everything like that.
Yeah, and that's something you're always looking out for. Like even now, you're kind of giving one more treats, one more food, kind of balancing it out so that way there's not a lot of competition, right?
Yes, of course. We don't want to cause aggression, so we try to minimize it as much as possible. So I'm never really going to feed one and not the other because I want to make sure that I'm not causing aggression between them two. So if they have their own social dynamic, that's great. I don't really want to get involved in it. And there's nothing that I can do in it as well. Like if they start fighting, I'm not going to jump into it. There's nothing, I'm not going to be able to stop it. It's within their own
definitely
their own system, so they got to figure it out. But I cannot get over Millie's eyes right now. She looks like she's
precious.
Like, food, feed
this is
me.
Amazing. Okay, I want to give a quick shout out to our 18 donors. Let's see if I can name as many as I can. The Professor, Amber, IL, Mariah, the Otter, Anonymous, Buddy, Blue Bubbles, Gwen, Therese, Anonymous, E, Cat, Otter Pop, Little Bit, Anonymous, Purple Pastels, and Natalia. Thank you so much for your support here on TikTok Live today. That's amazing. This is so much fun. We go live every single Tuesday here on TikTok, and we feature a different animal every single week. So let us know what you want to see on a future live stream. Obviously, today we're here live with our Sea Otters, and oh my gosh, we have over 70,000 likes on this live stream. Thank you so much for liking and tapping on your screen. That definitely helps us get seen more, so we appreciate that so much. You guys are incredible. What other animals do you want to see? What's next week? Should I tease it out? What do you think?
Do it.
What do you think, Sarah? Who do you think is next week? You actually don't know because I haven't changed the schedule. So I believe we're gonna be hanging out with Groot, the giant Pacific octopus, next week, which will be very fun. That's always a favorite. But I think every animal that we feature here on TikTok Live is a favorite of our TikTok fan. What do you think? Elephants? No, we don't have any elephants here at the aquarium. Let's see, we do have sharks. We've definitely featured sharks before. We'll have to bring them back again soon. Great questions coming in. Penguins, octopus, definitely will be back on TikTok Live in the future. So cool. Okay, what's the difference between a river otter and a sea otter besides their name?
Their name. There's actually 13 species of otters. A lot of people don't know that. Some of them are fairly similar. These guys and marine otters are the only two that live in saltwater. So river otters live in freshwater, hence river. So they're a little bit different. They're also more of a vocal species. So you can tell this entire time we're sitting here, these otters have not made a peep other than really loud chewing, which is also adorable. They are not very vocal, so they don't make a lot of noise. They communicate more with posturing. Whereas if you look at river otters, the whole time they're like, I can't even do it very well.
Can you please tell TikTok what a river otter sounds like? That was a great impression.
They squeak a lot. They also have different fur types too. It's much smaller. It's not as thick a fur, much thinner. They don't have to groom it as vigorously as these guys do. They're a little bit smaller and their tails are a little bit longer. They're terrestrial, so they're made for moving around on land much more than these guys are made for moving around in water.
Fascinating. Great questions coming in. Why are sea otters endangered?
That is a really good question. So if we want to, the simple answer is because of us, because of food shortages and things like that. The longer answer is they used to be all along the coast of California, but then because of the fur trade, they were hunted for their fur because it's so thick that they went nearly extinct. They were down to 30 species, but because of the Marine Mammal Protection Act over the years, but also because of the ban of the fur trade, these guys were able to come back. And now there's about 3,400, so about a little over 3,000, but they're still technically not back to where, obviously not back to where they were. They were in the millions before, but they're also not really doing their part ecologically. So they're ecologically extinct in the sense that they aren't really helping the kelp forest along the coast like they used to because there's not enough of them. They aren't in as big of a range as they used to be. So a couple ways that we can help out is really knowing where our seafood is coming from, making sure that we get sustainable seafood. That way we're not pulling it from these guys' or from their habitat. Also supporting kind of local businesses and not really using pesticides. So runoffs come into our oceans and can bother these guys, especially with their fur. If oil spills and things like that happen, it can mess up their fur, which is really bad for them. They don't have blubber, so that's what keeps them nice and warm. And then really just, kind of being aware of everything. So everything that goes on with our environment indirectly or directly affects our oceans, which affects them.
Amazing. Great answer, Sarah. Thank you so much for that insight. A lot of people are saying they didn't know that. They didn't know sea otters are endangered. So if you see a sea otter in the wild, what should you do, Sarah?
You should definitely not get close to them. Yes. So there are actually laws. The Marine Mammal Protection Act says that you need to stay hundreds of feet back. So definitely don't approach them. Don't feed them. I know if you're like, oh, these animals they need more food, we should feed them. That's actually the worst possible answer. Because then they learn to beg for food from humans, and that's how a lot of these animals end up deemed non-releasable, is because they start bothering humans on kayaks or on boats, and then they don't know how to forage or to find food on their own and become dependent on humans, which means they can't live in the wild anymore.
So it's really important to avoid any interaction with wild sea otters. And yeah, just like my dog, who I gave way too many table snacks to as a puppy, who now expects it every single moment that I sit down to eat. I'm sure you can relate, TikTok. All my fault. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. A lot of people are saying that they are donating. Thank you so much. But if you can't donate, you just being here means the world. It means so much to our nonprofit aquarium that you join us every single week. Tuesdays at 3 p.m. we are live every single week here on TikTok Live. So make sure you're following us here on TikTok if you're new to this channel and you're new to this live stream. It's really, really fun. We have a lot of fun every week. Right, Sarah?
Yeah, we do.
The most fun.
How zoomed in is this right now?
All the way zoomed in. We always have fun here on TikTok Live because TikTok is so much fun. We appreciate your support so much. You guys, I would really love it if we got to $500 raised this live stream. It would mean so much to us that we could feed one of our sea otters for an entire week at that rate. So thank you so much for being here today. Great question. Do you think Chloe and Millie are on Santa's nice list, or do you think they're on the naughty list this year?
I think Chloe's on nice. We'll define nice. And then I think Millie's naughty.
Millie's on the naughty list. Yep. That's okay though. Maybe next year they'll get it right, or maybe between now and the holidays we'll see what happens.
Naughty just because she's got like a little attitude.
She does have a little attitude.
She's allowed to have an attitude. She's pretty cute.
She is cute. She deserves it.
That's a good question. I think Chloe's usually nice. Except for when she steals all the treats, right, Chloe?
Yeah, but I think that's pretty nice of her too. She deserves it. Yeah, someone was asking, how much does it cost to feed our southern sea otters?
About, what did we say, $2,000 a month?
Per Sea Otter.
Sea Otter.
We have 3 Southern Sea Otters here at the Aquarium of the Pacific. So helping us out here on TikTok as a nonprofit aquarium is so sweet of you guys. Even just joining us weekly here on TikTok, following our account, liking our posts, commenting on our posts, it means the most. It's just fantastic. So thank you so much for doing that. And actually, when you visit the aquarium, or you donate to us here on TikTok, or you adopt an animal, or you purchase a membership, that money goes right back to the 12,000 animals that live here, and also our conservation and education program. So we couldn't do it without you. We thank you so much for your support, especially around this time of year during giving season. We're just so appreciative. Thank you so much for being here today. What are they eating, Sarah?
They are eating a variety of clam and shrimp snacks that are blended into a smoothie with a little bit of food coloring. And I want to just point out their paws for a second. You might, if you have been on this stream for a little bit, you've seen Chloe's been biting something, holding on to food items with her paws. Their paws are really cool. They actually don't have fur on them. Really show off those paws.
Let's see the paws. She's like, yep, here
it
is.
Yeah, they have nails for you guys. Their paws are really cool. So they don't have fur on them. They have fur all over their body except for on the paws and kind of like the bottoms of their feet. And basically this area, when we do animal physicals for them, annual physicals for them once a year. And so a lot of people are asking about the ice. These guys can actually overheat because they have so much fur. And so when they do their physical, they are actually sedated for a little bit, and they're taken down to our animal care center where they're getting a full dental workup, full body exams, everything like that. We actually have to put ice packs on their paws so that they don't overheat, which is pretty adorable. You can see they're very tactile with their paws, so they use those to feel different textures, different things. They feel around everything with those paws, which is pretty awesome. I love looking at their paws. They're very cute. All of our otters are trained to do a paw present as well, so we can check out their nails and look over those paws and make sure that obviously they don't have any issues with the padding on them as well.
That's amazing. Sarah, can you tell us a little bit about you and how you got this job here at the Aquarium of the Pacific?
Yeah, hold on, I'm going to toss some more treats out. I went to college for psychology, so I learned a lot about operant and classical conditioning, which is a lot of what our training involves. And then I was a volunteer or an intern for about 2 years before I got hired on here. I've been here a little over 5 years now, so a lot of it is getting hands-on experience working with any animal. So any animal is really important to get that hands-on experience because you're doing a lot of dirty work. You also need to know what it's like to be around animals that you have to feed all the time. You have to clean up after. You have to be more aware of your movements around them, different things like that as well. So that's kind of my background. All of us mammalogists, I'm one of our mammalogists, have different backgrounds. And we all work with our seals, our sea lions, and our otters. We also help out with some of our other departments as well.
Oh, you guys look like you're being very sweet right now. That is so cute. Good job sharing, you two. Let's give them a round of applause. All right, Sarah, people are wondering, how cold does the water have to be inside of the sea otter habitat, considering they have really dense fur but no blubber?
Yeah, so it's about 58 degrees, give or take a few degrees, depending on if you just did a water change or things like that.
Oh.
But think about them out in their natural habitat. The water constantly changes in California. Sometimes it's colder, sometimes it's warmer. So they can handle all of those different changes. And then they can regulate as well. So if they're getting hot, they can stay in the water more, come on land, different things like that. They can kind of help regulate their own temperature.
I can tell they're starting to get sleepy. Can you tell TikTok? You can see them moving a little slower. I think I just saw Chloe. Is Chloe closest to us right now? Chloe's rubbing her cheeks for a second in between biting on her treat. So it's
just a lot of food.
Adorable. Just don't touch it. It's mine. She's like doesn't want to fight for it that much. She's like, fine, you can have it. You can have it. Oh, this is a great example of grooming, right, Sarah? Let's talk about some of the grooming that they do.
They are grooming, so they groom their fur a little bit. They use their nails to kind of rub the different fur spots and make sure they don't have any matted spots.
It looks like Millie's making sure Chloe doesn't have any more treats hiding anywhere.
It can also be a little bit of annoyance too. It's kind of hard to tell with them. Very thin line between grooming. But they both look like they're getting a little sleepy. You can see Millie's face is getting a little drier, getting a little tired. But yeah, you can see Chloe right now is grooming herself, so she's trying to get the knots out of her fur. Or rub it vigorously to get the water out. They've been known to pee on themselves sometimes too and rub out the different fur, but she's really making sure that none of it is matted, so that the water, so that they can actually trap air bubbles in their fur when they dive down in the water. So that's what she's doing right now, making sure she's got a nice fur coat.
Oh, so everyone's wondering if this is a real sea star. It is not. It is fake.
It is fake.
It is fake. It's just part of the exhibit. Great questions coming in. We do have webcams, so if you click the link in our bio, you can learn more about our webcams. There's not currently one inside of our otter habitat, but maybe in the future there will be. But you can explore almost the entire aquarium on our webcams at that link in our bio. And I saw a lot of questions coming in about adopting an otter or adopting another animal. It's a great gift for the holidays if you want to do an adopt, and it supports our nonprofit aquarium. So more information about adopting animals is available at the link in our bio. You can definitely check that out. But don't go anywhere yet. We're not done. How are we doing on food, Sarah? Miss Sarah, how are we doing on food?
We got a few more treats.
Great. You guys, we're having so much fun. Great questions coming in. Oh, okay. Are any of the sea otters pregnant?
They are not. None of our otters are pregnant. We don't have a male here for them to breed with. But also too, under human care, they are technically on loan to us from the government. So they are closely monitored, and we are actually not allowed to have them get pregnant. So because there are so many otters are so endangered, and there are so many that strand every year, we don't want to breed them under human care because we want there to be space if an otter were to strand and need a home. And so if we started a breeding program or had them breed, we would basically use up all of that space for the stranded otters. So because they are endangered, we are very much governed by outside sources of how we take care of them, what they can and can't do to make sure that we keep the species around. Millie agrees with that. Look at her. Look how
Definitely. Lots of great questions coming in. Otters are your favorite animal. That's amazing.
They're very cute.
They're definitely one of my favorite animals. We are the Aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach, California, where you can come see our sea otters in person here inside of our sea otter habitat. And you can also visit the other 12,000 animals that call us home, like our sea lions, penguins, octopuses, and more. Lots of fish too, of course. What are these animals closely related to? Does anyone know in the comments? Can you tell me what you think otters are related to? Is it sea lions? Is it dogs? Is it cats? Let's see. Drop your guesses in the comments. Their faces are very cute.
Millie's so cute.
They're both being adorable. They look a lot.
I called you naughty.
She's like, it's okay. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. She knows it. So a lot of people are saying sea lions, dogs, beavers, weasel, cat. Well, okay, Sarah, elephants, ferrets.
Elephants? How'd you get elephant?
They look a lot alike. You got it. All right, Sarah. So what's the answer? What are these animals most closely related to?
They are related to weasels. So ferrets, badgers, all of those good stuff. They're most closely related to, which is funny because, or I guess it's not that funny, but I think it's cool. They're one of the more recent marine mammals. And when I say more recent, I mean 4 million, last 4 to 10 million. So that's
just a couple million years old.
Just a couple million. But that's why they look very terrestrial or very much like a land animal, because they're one of those more recent species. So they haven't had the time to evolve like a lot of other species have had a lot more years to evolve. And so that's why they kind of move around like a land animal.
Amazing. You guys, we have raised over $300 for our nonprofit aquarium. We are getting so close to $400 for our nonprofit aquarium. I would love to tell our sea otters that we were able to feed one of them for an entire week thanks to TikTok if we get to $500. So thank you so much. Appreciate you supporting us here today. Thank you so much to the 22 donors who have done that. All right, lots of more great questions coming in. This is so much fun, everyone. I want to know in the comments what you think a sea otter eats. Let us know if there's an emoji that looks like something a sea otter would eat. What do you think? Drop it in the comments.
A heart. I like that.
Heart.
Oh, that was the answer.
Around Halloween, we do have a heart mold, like a realistic heart mold that's actually really funny. All right, I see a shrimp in the comments. I see fish in the comments. What does a sea otter eat? As I fan to Sarah. Sarah, what does a sea otter eat here at the aquarium?
Yes, the southern sea otters eat clam, shrimp, squid. In their natural habitat, they can eat things like abalone, urchins. Those are the main things. We actually don't feed them those here because out in their natural habitat, they're used to eating those a lot more. Here, these guys have been under human care for most of their life since they stranded. So our vet doesn't feel comfortable giving them whole abalones or whole urchins where they could hurt their teeth. But we do give them restaurant quality clam, shrimp, squid, crabs.
What about oysters? People, oh, great.
Mussels. Not as often.
Not as often. A special treat.
Yeah, you got to think about being able to buy bulk. So these guys eat a lot of food, so things that we can buy in bulk. So we'll give them mussels, all of that good stuff. King crab sometimes. The jealousy I have for that. All of that good stuff, yeah.
Amazing, very cool. Let's talk about their life expectancy. So here at the Aquarium of the Pacific, we have 3 southern sea otters, but we've also had, many otters since we were open. Can we talk about the life expectancy over time and some milestones the aquarium has raised
Yeah, for sure.
with our sea otters?
So, generally they only live into their early teens, so like 12, 13s, 14s.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the reasons are, well, if they can't get past predators, so their predators are things like large orcas, whales, sharks, humans, all of those things can kind of interfere with their life cycle. But also they tend to develop old age symptoms. So a lot of animals can start to develop eye issues as they get older. And obviously if you can't see, it's hard for you to get food or hard for you to run from a predator or swim from a predator. So those can be some of those issues out in their natural habitat. But here we've had some of the oldest otters under human care. So a few years back, Charlie passed away. He was our oldest otter. He was the second oldest under human care at 22 years old. We also had Brooke, who's 21 years old. We've also, unfortunately, earlier this year, we lost Maggie, who is, I believe, just turned 20 years old. So we've had some pretty old southern sea otters, and some of those are just old age symptoms. As they get older, they develop those eye issues, they get really picky about their food. All of those can be some issues that we run into. But for the most part, our otters are pretty young right now, with Millie being 5 years old, and then Chloe being 9 years old, and then Betty's also 9, almost 10 years old. She'll be 10 in February, I believe. Don't know what horoscope that is.
Very cool. Some people are wondering why we're wearing a mask inside of a sea otter habitat, and it's actually for a very important reason. Can you tell us why?
Yeah, so we're really careful with these guys because they, like we mentioned earlier, they're related to weasels, ferrets, things like that, that they can develop COVID. So COVID can be pretty common, not common, but it happens in otters. And because these guys are endangered, we want to make sure that we're taking the best care of them. And so we want to make sure that we can't pass it on to them. Oh, that was a fun jump.
She says, I want more treats.
Hi,
I want more treats.
She's like, I'm not good at standing quite yet. I haven't learned that behavior.
Very cool. Oh, this is a great question. What college degree, if any, do you need in order to do your job, Sarah?
It really depends. So I'd say hands-on experience is more important than a specific college degree. You should definitely get a college degree, but a specific one is not necessary. Some of us have backgrounds in education, some have it in psychology, some have it in marine biology, some have it in zoology. It really just depends. A lot of it is on hands-on experience though.
Very cool. Someone said they thought the otter was talking. I think she was chewing right along with your voice. That was adorable. You guys, this has been so much fun. We are learning so much about southern sea otters today, and also watching them enjoy these really cute treats. It's just an adorable situation all around. We have 3 southern sea otters here at the Aquarium of the Pacific. Does anyone know their names in the comments? If you've hung out with us for a little while, or if you join us every Tuesday, can anyone in the comments name all 3 of our southern sea otters? Let us know. This one is, does anyone know who this is? Boop, 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 boop.
Somebody tell me.
Boop, 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 boop. Millie, great. Chloe, Millie, Betty. Yes, good job. You guys are so smart.
A few people say that.
Yeah, you guys are real fans. Otter Hive Assemble. That's amazing. You guys really know your sea otters. So yes, that is correct.
What are they doing over there? Are you guys stealing treats from each other? Come here.
So we're giving them fun treats today here on TikTok Live. What do we have here, Sarah?
This is a big snowman. So we gave them some clam, blended it in into a smoothie essentially, and then froze it with some water and added some food coloring. So we got a nice little snowman here. Somebody's banging something against the wall.
Something's happening. Sometimes you guys make the treats look so good that I just want to eat it. Like that looks like a delicious popsicle.
Right? I'm like
a delicious giant
popsicle all day.
Except it's just clam flavored, which is not my favorite flavor.
Oh,
come on, Sarah. That's okay. It's gonna get devoured anyways.
The Santa melt or the snowman melt?
The snowman melted. The snowman's shattered. We're like it. That's amazing. So we're live here at the Aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach, California. Yeah, we're in Southern California. You can come visit the aquarium in person. And if you don't live nearby, you can join us weekly here on TikTok Live at 3 p.m. Pacific every single Tuesday with a different animal every single week. Let's see what's happening in the water over here. So as you can see, we're inside the sea otter habitat. It's very large. Lots of room for the animals to swim around, and sometimes the area that I get stationed in, you can't see them when they're in the water. But a lot of people ask, where do they sleep, Sarah?
Yeah, so they sleep throughout the exhibit, so there's different areas where they find more comfortable. They can sleep or take little naps in the water, but most of the time they sleep on deck at night. So in this middle rack area, right over, let's see if I can point to it. Right here? Nope, up there more, that one, there.
That one.
There, yeah.
Right there. Very cool. Because a lot of
Millie sleeps a lot of the time.
That's so cute. That's Millie's spot. So a lot of people ask if our sea otters hold hands while sleeping in the water, and I think that's a thing for wild sea otters, correct?
Yeah, it's more like a mother pup thing. Ours do not. Ours don't have to worry about drifting away. That's more if the current is there, and they have to worry about floating away. So I'm gonna head in there and see if I can see what they're doing.
Yeah, you want to take over, Sarah?
Yeah, let's see.
Here, let's hand off to
Sorry,
Sarah.
I have shaky hands,
No, you
so
don't. Your hands are frozen also.
I don't have Madeline's technique. Oh, what were you doing? What are you two doing? They look like they're up to no good, huh? They look like little deviants, huh? Are you guys being naughty? No. Here they are. They're back. They said, oh, I forgot you were there.
Oh yeah, TikTok's here.
Oh yeah, right. We were doing something. Sorry, my attention span.
Oh
I
my
forgot.
gosh. Oh my gosh. Lots of great questions coming in. Someone says that this is the best thing they've seen in their life and that they're in tears. I can't agree more.
They're in
It's
tears?
just,
Oh, I love that.
the sea otters are so special. I think they are everyone's maybe top 5 favorite animal in the world. They're
Somebody
so cool.
asked if the food coloring affected them. No, it is not toxic. It is approved by our vet. It's just food coloring, so it goes right through them. Everything that we give our animals, we do have to check with our vet to make sure. So it is pre-approved by our vet.
The only thing I guess that would affect is the color of their poop, right?
Yeah, which that's not fun in the morning when you get like the purple.
You're like, wait a second, what happened
you always have to leave
yesterday?
notes like, be aware their poop is not going to be the normal color.
Oh my goodness, you guys. This is so much fun. Wow, these guys are just not even over it. They love their holiday treats.
Look at that tongue.
Look at their
tongue.
boop, 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 boop. Someone says that they love sea otters so much. They make their hearts so happy.
Oh, I love that.
And we have received so many donations today. Thank you so much to the 27 donors. Thank you to our anonymous donors, Elisa, Mander, Hudson, David, Cole, Natalia, Purple, Little Bit, Otter Pop, Kat, E, Tredge, Gwen, Blue, Buddy, the Otter Kim, Maria, I, Amber, and the Professor. Thank you so much for your support this afternoon. We're having so much fun hanging out with you on TikTok Live. We raised almost $400 for our nonprofit aquarium. You guys, that is so amazing. Thank you so much for your support. This is so cool. Someone said, not me calling my boyfriend over to watch this. Yes, please share this. Please share this live stream with your family and your friends. Joining us here on TikTok Live every single week is a great way to support our nonprofit aquarium. And liking this live stream, following us, making sure that you are keeping up with us here on TikTok Live, it just means the world. We're so appreciative. Thank you so much. We have lots of animals. We have 12,000 animals that live here at the aquarium. So this is only 2 of them, but they are utterly adorable. A very, very, very cute example of them. So let's talk about this wall here, Sarah. What is this wall? What does this door allow here at the aquarium?
So there's a couple reasons this door is here. One thing is our animals learn where we enter and exit the exhibit. So sometimes they'll sit by the door. So this is a way for us to have a little bit more of a boundary away from them to be able to walk into the exhibit. It's also a great way for Madeline to be able to stand behind and be able to film without having to worry about our animals coming up to her boots or things like that.
Trying to steal my camera.
Yes, steal your camera. Also, when we did encounters previously with our otters before COVID, we were able to have guests come up here and feed our otters through those little holes. That way we don't have to worry about our animals approaching them. But since we aren't doing encounters right now, it's more of just a great way for us to stand behind here for our TikToks.
Exactly.
But you can also train behaviors, protected contact. So through that acrylic glass, we can train them to do paw presents. We can train them to open their mouth. We can train them to put like a flipper through. We have a little area where they can put a flipper through if we wanted. That way you can ask them to do certain behaviors where you're a little bit safer because you're behind the glass. But for the most part, it's kind of just a way for us to monitor our animals right now.
Very cool. I want to know if you're in the chat right now, have you visited the Aquarium of the Pacific? Let me see a blue heart emoji if you have visited our nonprofit aquarium here in Long Beach, California. I want to know. I really want to know if you visited us before. If you haven't, that's absolutely okay. You technically are visiting now. So I want to see lots of blue hearts in the comments. Let me see them. So, as you can see, Chloe. I'm getting good at this, you guys. I can tell the difference. Chloe is just absolutely destroying that snowman you made her. She doesn't care what shape it is. She just knows it's delicious. That is adorable. And what is it again, Sarah? Can you remind us?
It is clam and shrimp blended in a blender with a little bit of water to kind of make more of a smoothie texture. And then we put it in a mold and add non-toxic food coloring. So the food coloring doesn't have any flavor or anything like that. It's just to look pretty so that we can show it off to you guys.
Amazing. I saw someone say that they are a member here at our aquarium. Thank you so much for your continued support. We love our members and we love all of our social media followers. Thank you so much for joining us here today. This is awesome. Lots of people are saying they have visited the aquarium. Make sure you're following us here on TikTok so that way you can virtually visit every single week.
What's your favorite thing about an otter? Their paws, their whiskers?
That's a great question.
Their tail.
What do you think, TikTok? What is your favorite things about an otter? My favorite thing about an otter today are their ears.
Oh, their little ears. A lot of people ask about those, actually.
Yeah, let's talk about them.
Yeah, so what's really cool about their ears is when they are swimming above water and they're looking down, they can actually move their ears up a little bit to hear out of the water. But then when they dive down, they can actually close off those ears so they don't get water in their ears. You might notice they're a little bit farther back. So most animals, their eyes, their ears are kind of to the side of their eyes and up a little bit. Theirs sit a lot farther back behind their head. So a lot of times people think that it's growth on them or something like that. But no, just their ears, it's a little bit more hydrodynamic the way that they're placed and how they can kind of close them off when they dive down.
Oh, and they're really adorable. A lot of people are saying their favorite thing about otters is everything. I totally agree with that. Some people are saying the way they use their paws, their faces. Actually, Sarah, I have a question for you now. How can you tell the difference between our sea otters? If you were just, visiting the aquarium, you would see these little furry balls and not really understand, the difference between them. What is the difference between our two little sea otters, at least here in the habitat?
But if you don't know personality, their whiskers is one way. Chloe has kind of thick whiskers that are very, almost like groomed and very long. Those whiskers are called vibrissae. You can kind of see them in the light. Millie's are pretty long too, but Millie has a little bit of a lighter chin. So they can get white fur as they get a little bit older. It kind of just depends on the animal who develops the white fur or not. It doesn't really matter age, it just kind of happens. And so she's a little bit whiter on the chin, and then Millie has a little bit of a narrower face, whereas Chloe has a wider face.
So just like if you have maybe more than one pet at home of the same type, or they look really, really similar, you can tell the difference because you work with them every single day. You're knowing them inside and out, really. You kind of get to know their personalities. And so that's one way that our mammalogists can tell the difference, which is between our sea otters. This is so much fun. Oh, great question. Does the food coloring color their tongues?
I don't think so, no. But you know what is really cool? So out in the natural habitat, most otters eat urchins. And their bones can actually turn purplish from eating so many urchins. Like their teeth can turn purple. But that's because they eat lots of urchins every single day. These guys don't eat that many treats. So we give them treats throughout the week, but they aren't getting as many as they're getting here today. This is just special for TikTok.
Just for you, TikTok. Oh my gosh, this is just adorable. So
he's grooming right now.
Looks like they're getting pretty sleepy. Grooming is happening. The cuteness is occurring. It never stops here inside of the sea otter habitat. We're gonna wrap it up soon, but I want to thank our 29 donors for raising almost $450. If there's anyone who can donate a couple more dollars in between now and the end of stream, that would be amazing. I would love to get to $500 raised today. If you can't donate, that is 100% okay. Please just do me a favor and make sure you're following us here on TikTok. And please join us on future live streams every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Pacific. And if you can share this live or videos with your family and friends, make sure you're commenting, liking our posts. Definitely helps us out more than you even know. We're so appreciative of that. Thank you for all the blue hearts in the comments, all the gifts today, all of the likes, and your donations. Thank you so much. This was so much fun. Sarah, anything like you want to share with TikTok today that maybe you haven't shared about otters before? Is there a fun fact about sea otters that you don't get to talk about that often?
I mean, there's so many fun facts.
I know.
That they use tools. Oh God, I don't know. I feel like I mentioned a lot of them.
I know. I feel like we've talked about a lot of things.
Maybe we haven't talked about it as much lately, but that they stick things in their pockets, under their armpits. They use their armpits like pockets to hold on to different food items. Yeah, and then they hold hands, out in their natural habitat when they're trying not to float away in the currents. I don't know. They're little goobers.
They are little goobers. That's what Sarah wanted to part with. Little goobers. She looked at us right when we said that. She's like, "That's right."
Chloe's like, "No, I'm not a goober."
That's right. She is a goober. She knows it. You guys, this is so much fun. Lots of great questions coming in. If we didn't get to your question during this live stream, feel free to send us a message or scroll through our page. Check out our videos. We answer a lot of questions on our page. There was something I was going to mention. Where was it?
Oh my God, look at how good she's grooming.
She's doing such a good groomer. This is adorable. Yes, you can see our otters if you come visit the aquarium. here inside of our Northern Pacific Gallery, which is our cold water gallery. It's also home to octopuses, it's home to crabs, sea jellies, and more. Lump suckers, very, very cool animals inside this gallery. And that's not it. We have 12,000 other animals that call us home. So definitely when you come visit the aquarium, take your time exploring and learning. There's so much to see here. We do feature a new animal or a different animal every single week here on TikTok Live. So definitely stay tuned and join us every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Pacific. And oh my goodness, Sarah, oh my goodness, Chloe, we raised over $500 today for our nonprofit aquarium. We couldn't do it without your support, TikTok. Thank you so much for being here and showing up for us every single Tuesday. You are just incredible. We are so grateful for you, and this was so much fun. What did everyone like to learn about the most today? What was your favorite thing you learned today on TikTok Live? Let us know in the comments while we watch Chloe. This is my absolute favorite, just watching Chloe groom herself.
So cute.
I just wish we could just like set up a GoPro on Chloe all the time and just.
Right? Oh,
Are you joking? Are you joking right now, Chloe? She's
like,
just.
I know I'm cute. See, this is why
handing
she's
it up.
nice. She's a nice one.
She is the nice otter. She's on the nice list.
Millie's on the maybe.
Millie's on the maybe. She's got a couple more weeks until she absolutely has to
Millie
be.
is a sweetheart. Chloe's just very gentle soul.
You can be both. You can be naughty and nice. It can happen. All right, TikTok. Thank you so much for joining us today. We will see you next week here at 3 p.m. Pacific. In the meantime, we'll be making some fun videos this week, and we'll see you all soon. Thank you, Sarah.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, Millie. Thank you, Chloe. Oh, one more coming over. Maybe one more snack. Oh, she just wanted to say bye. All right, my name is Madeline. I've been behind the camera. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sarah.
Bye, guys.
We'll see you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.